Welcome to Ancient Worlds Revealed. Today, we begin a journey into the mist-shrouded jungles of northern Guatemala, where one of the most extraordinary cities of the ancient world still stands, Tikal, for centuries. Its temples lay hidden under the rainforest canopy, swallowed by time and nature. But once, this was no ruin. It was a living, breathing metropolis, the beating heart of the Maya world. Tikal's story stretches back over 2,000 years. To understand its greatness, we must travel to its beginnings, deep into the Preclassic era of Mesoamerica. The birth of a city, the earliest settlers came to the region around the 4th century BC. They were farmers, clearing small patches of jungle to grow maize, beans, squash, and chili peppers. The soil was fertile, and the land was rich with resources, hardwoods, obsidian for tools, and wildlife to hunt. Slowly, scattered hamlets grew into villages. By the 1st century AD, these communities had coalesced into a thriving center. Ceremonial structures began to rise. Simple at first, but foreshadowing the monumental pyramids to come. The people of Tikal were no longer just farmers. They were building a city. A dynasty emerges. At the core of Tikal's rise was its ruling dynasty, a line of kings who claimed both political and divine authority. The Maya believed their rulers were not just leaders, but intermediaries between the gods and the human world. Kings performed bloodletting rituals, spilling their own blood as sacred offerings, ensuring cosmic order and prosperity. One of the earliest recorded kings was Yax Ehb, whose name translates as First Step Shark. He likely ruled in the late 4th century AD, and Maya inscriptions honor him as the founder of Tikal's royal line. His descendants would transform Tikal into the superpower of the lowlands. But Tikal's history is not only Maya. On January 16, 378 AD, something extraordinary happened. An emissary named Teotihuacán, Fireborn, arrived in Tikal. He came from far away, from the sprawling metropolis of Teotihuacán in central Mexico. The details are still debated. Did Teotihuacán invade Tikal? Did they install a new dynasty? Or was it an alliance sealed by marriage and politics? Whatever happened, it reshaped the city forever. Tikal's rulers began to adopt foreign customs, including style, weapons, clothing, and imagery. The dynasty that followed ushered in a period of military expansion and political dominance. For the next several centuries, Tikal would stand as one of the most powerful kingdoms of the Maya world. The relationship between Teotihuacán and Tikal was a complex and profound political, commercial, and cultural interaction, manifested in alliances, the exchange of artistic and architectural influences, such as the Talatoblero style, and the presence of Teotihuacan individuals at Tikal. Recent discoveries, such as an altar with Teotihuacan iconography at Tikal, have confirmed the existence of these ties, which point to a period of dominance and coexistence between the two Mesoamerican metropolises. The Classic period, Tikal ascendant. The era we call the Classic period, between roughly 250 and 900 AD, was the golden age of the Maya. And at its height, Tikal was one of the greatest jewels in this vast cultural mosaic. Imagine a city of tens of thousands of people, its stone temples towering over the jungle. The Great Plaza, the heart of the city, was a stage for rituals and political theater. Here, kings would ascend massive staircases, towering above their subjects, to perform ceremonies that reaffirmed their divine right to rule. Among Tikal's rulers, few shine brighter than Chan Kawel I, who reigned in the late 7th century. He is remembered for revitalizing the kingdom after a long period of defeat and subjugation by its rival Calakmul. His victories restored Tikal's prestige, and his monumental legacy still dominates the skyline. Temple 1. Also called the Temple of the Great Jaguar, which served as his funerary pyramid. A city of power and rivalries, Tikal's history was not just one of triumph. It was a world of rivalries and constant conflict. The city engaged in long wars with Calakmul, another powerful Maya city in the north. These two superpowers clashed repeatedly, each striving to dominate trade routes, alliances, and sacred prestige. The Maya called this struggle the Stalwarts, named after the glyph, representing conflict under auspicious astronomical signs. Battles were fought not only with weapons but with cosmic timing, reinforcing the belief that earthly wars mirrored the struggles of the gods. Despite setbacks, Tikal endured. Its monuments multiplied. Its steely, tall stone slabs recorded the names of rulers, their deeds, their marriages, and their victories. Through these inscriptions, we know not just the history of kings, but the rhythms of Maya life. Life at the peak. At its peak, Tikal may have housed over 100,000 people spread across the city and its surrounding countryside. Imagine the bustling streets, artisans carving jade and obsidian, traders carrying cacao and feathers, farmers bringing maize to market, priests chanting in incense-filled temples. The architecture reflected both grandeur and spirituality. Temples were built to mimic mountains, sacred places where the heavens touched the earth. Observatories tracked the movement of Venus and the sun, Entire structures were aligned to mark solstices and equinoxes. The city itself was a living calendar, its stones measuring time and eternity. Seeds of decline, but even in its glory, cracks were forming. Warfare drained resources. Population growth strained the land. To feed its people, Tikal relied on increasingly intensive agriculture, which may have led to deforestation and soil exhaustion. The very jungle that sustained it was being pushed to its limits. By the 9th century, the mighty Tikal began to falter. Temples ceased to rise. Inscriptions stopped being carved. The voices of kings went silent. Within a century, the once great city had been abandoned, left to the howler monkeys and the forest. Closing reflection. And yet, Tikal was never truly lost. Its pyramids remained, hidden beneath vines and earth, waiting to be rediscovered. And today, as we walk among its temples, we are reminded that this was once a city of gods and kings, of triumphs and tragedies, of vision and mystery. This was Tikal, the beating heart of the Maya. Join me in the next episode, as we step away from kings and dynasties to explore another side of the story, the everyday lives of Tikal's people, and the breathtaking discoveries archaeologists have uncovered beneath its jungle floor. Hit subscribe for more surprising facts about the history of Tikal.